And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Alien Spaceship stream. You can be watching from anywhere around the country or the world, and I really appreciate every single one of you. Alright, coming to you from the Spaceship Studios from a galaxy far, far away. We are now here, so you could be watching from anywhere on Earth or space. You could be watching that, or also coming to you from the Spaceship Studios. And okay, I think I said the intro, and here I am. Hello, everybody. It's me, Alien Spaceship, and I was doing some things came up earlier. I was going to do it a little bit earlier, but here we are. So, I hope that everybody's been having a good week, and I'm glad it's finally Friday. It's everybody's favorite time. Right before the weekend. Today there were some interesting things with the Karen Reed trial. They're doing their closing arguments, and they're going to go back Monday to do the official deliberation, to continue the deliberation to see if she's guilty or innocent. There's some crazy news going on in the world. There's problems over in the Middle East. Tomorrow, allegedly, there's going to be some more of the riots. So, yeah, we will wait to see how all that goes. So what I'm going to be doing now is we're going to see about starting up the game as we have people come through, as we talk about different things. And then a little bit later, we'll turn to articles and stuff like that. All right, so here we go. If something doesn't go right with the game, simply we'll just go into read some different things. All right, here we go. Alright, so now the game is loading. That's good. Now, something that one of the other trials ended a little bit earlier today. But it usually ends earlier. It's still, I'm not too sure what the name of the trial is, but the woman is kind of nuts. She always has this nutty look in her face. Yeah, that trial is going on today. It's quite crazy. Alright, so now we have our little pirate. Now we're going to start the game as we usually do. Okay. Okay, so now what we have here is the pirate, and he's going to be walking around. So this is okay. So now what I'm going to do is go to the ship and sink some different enemies. Right. Hello, Anna. It is great to see you. Welcome to the stream. Right. Now, this ship needs some repairs right here. We're going to get that done. Yeah, and today, watching Karen Reed, I got to see the closings. The chat was flying very fast. And also, Anna, I hope that you're having a good Friday. So the chat was going very fast. But I still squeezed myself in there, and some people saw me there. Hello, Liberty. It's good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Oh, so Liberty, it was interesting seeing the LA riots, outbreaks that were going on. And also, it was interesting coverage to see. And then we have tomorrow, allegedly, there's going to be something that's going to be starting up, for Saturday. And also the Middle East, there's some different conflicts going on that it's quite getting heated over there. So to see the different coverage about this crazy world is quite fascinating. Yeah, so Liberty in the chat. Yes. So today they did not come to a verdict with Karen Reed. They were going to get to that on Monday. They only deliberated for an hour, and they wanted to do something else. To do it on Monday. And so a lot of people thought they were being lazy. So with the Karen Reed trial, I thought that I remember they were talking about there's a plan that they had. No, he was talking about, the prosecutor was talking about like dropping rocks on a police officer or people. I'm like, this man was watching the riots going on. 1,800 planned protest by the No Kings group. Okay, Liberty, thank you. Zoe in my chat yesterday was saying that there was going to be. They were saying yesterday, she was in Pennsylvania, there might be something that could go on because she said there is some. It looked like some protest could start over in Pennsylvania. Possibly. But yeah, it's going to be all over the place. So everybody just be aware of your surroundings. Nothing wrong with peaceful protesters, but people that are trying to incite a problem are not good. Because it's going to be dangerous for everybody. Yes, Liberty. So basically, it depends on the judge. There's this one court case, it had to do with the CNN case, where the jury was deliberating for a couple of hours and it was real late and they wanted to go home. And he said, can we go a little bit longer? And he was very nice and kind of passive, but he was like, he wanted to get it done that night. And he said that you could take as long as you want. And they said that they want to go home. And he said, well, just a little bit longer. But then you have other judges like Bev. So this is the Karen Reed case. She was very kind of lenient on them, and the jury was deliberating for about an hour, and they wanted to end it, and everybody was calling them lazy. Oh, I stand corrected. I just judging by what I was watching it, the chat seems to call the jury lazy. So okay, you're saying that she wanted to send them home. Okay. Okay, so it seems that the judge wanted to send them home because usually I thought that they can send a note in if they want to end for the day. I thought that was something they could do. I thought that maybe they want to go home, but okay, she wanted them to go home. Okay. Yeah, usually the judge likes to end stuff early. That's what she does. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. So, but the chat is wild. The chat is not reliable. It was going very, very, very fast. About 40 to 50,000 were watching, and the chat was going like a slot machine. And okay, so and as I said before, it depends on the judge. Sometimes the judge will either send them home, or they can request, like they could send a letter in to go home early, or sometimes the judge lets them go, sometimes they don't. But yeah, so we'll see if Monday or Tuesday they come with a verdict, and I don't even know what the verdict will be. Usually it could be predictable, but I can't really know what this is going to be now. The jury with Lori Daybell, it's quite normal to see her found guilty because she's always guilty. Lori Daybell's closing arguments were real stupid. It was this, and she's defending herself. And she kept on getting like timed out by the judge for the things that she was saying. In Massachusetts, judge picks the foreman. She picks a man. Okay. Thank you for the info, Anna. I remember that. So, and it depends on the judge. And also what they'll do is they'll give them pizza. They'll give them dinner. That's what they'll also do sometimes. Yeah, a lot of people think it's gonna be not guilty. We'll certainly, whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna cause a riot either way. I wouldn't be surprised if there is gonna be a broader riot over it. Yeah, we'll see. It should, yeah, not guilty. It'll probably be not guilty, but I'm still suspenseful. I don't really know. Sometimes I'll say like somebody's gonna be guilty, and it doesn't work out, and they're found innocent. It's like one time I felt the person clearly did something, and the person was found not guilty, and they seemed like they clearly did it. Karen Reed was accused of bumping her boyfriend's, hitting her boyfriend with the vehicle, and Proctor was saying that he wasn't saying it was intentional; it was done by mistake. And he said his case, and then they had the defense do their side, and like I was watching it. You don't see a riot coming in mass. Well, okay, hopefully not, because did people have strong feelings about Karen Reed, and whatever it's going to be an intense moment for anybody. Whatever group thinks it is. Whatever they think. Like somebody thinks she's guilty or innocent. Imagine if, like, what the thing was saying, if it was a hung jury, that'd be funny. Yeah. So, and she hit him with a vehicle, and then there's these. She did interviews, and like for instance, Liberty. So I think you might be familiar with this because I talk about it often, but I don't really know. But so anyway, like a recap about Karen Reed. So she did these interviews where she was saying she could have hit him. She didn't know if she hit him, and it's not wise to do an interview when you're on a trial about something. And it's like she thought she could have done it. She didn't really know, and the prosecution used this as a type of ammunition or fuel to show that she could have been guilty. Now, it's important when you have a case like this to have the burden of proof. It's essential to have burden of proof to convict somebody. Like somebody could do a crime, but there's just not enough evidence to convict them. So there's like a couple of different grounds to view it on if someone's guilty or someone like through legally did something or not, because there's a lot of clauses. So you'd see in like a lot of these trials and stuff, both sides will use clauses to try to sneak out their agenda. What if it's guilty or innocent, that's what. So the burden of proof is kind of like a clause that could possibly be used. And when you have that happen, that's why it's the important to have as much proof and evidence as possible for a prosecution to convict somebody. And then you have something else where Karen Reed is not liked by some because of her personality, and people think that she did it. And then you'll have this other factor where the conspiracy to do that, everybody's after her. Anything's possible, and a lot of conspiracy theories become true. Now, it is thought that her, to that extent, some may think it may be seen. It seems on paper that everybody in the police force was trying to frame her would be far fetched on paper, but it's possible. And people think the most likely scenario could be that she could have done it by mistake. But as I said, it's not really. It's a black and white situation. It's not. It's blurry. You don't really know for certain. Okay, Anna says she thinks maybe people yelling back and forth and maybe a few fights, a few fist fights. Yeah, it'll be some brawling that will happen. A couple of brawls, you know. But that'll be it. As I hopefully it doesn't escalate too much. But so what I'm trying to say is these are two different sides, the two different arguments that people would argue about if she's guilty or innocent. And as I said, it could be a flip of a coin. You got to be absolutely certain. Now, I don't really know for sure what happened. Beaten and dog bite, obviously, to me. Okay, understood. Now, there was somebody in the chat that I did encounter that said they had a friend that went in through got hit by a car, and she survived, but she had similar markings to John did. So they're trying to like say that you could have. To me, I agree. To me, it looked like a dog bite. It looked like a dog attack. That's what I thought. Like being scratched up. I agree. But some people think that it is a vehicle being hit by a vehicle. So, but as I said, I that's what I thought too, and I think that, but I really don't. I'm not a professional, so I don't really know for absolute certainty what occurred. But as I said, we'll see. And then there's like I think that people could have a bias against her. Yeah, Boston does have tough people. That's true. There are people that are against her for her personality or they don't like something about her, and I think that. And there's people that support her too much because people may have idolized her. And if anybody idolized her, I don't mean any offense by that. But I just think that people should not have a bias in these situations either way and just try to find like what the truth is. There's Timu truth and there's the truth. And people have a lot of times have Timu truth. And we'll see if it's Monday or if it's another day that we'll see the verdict. It's going to be intense, whatever it's going to be. Ah, they got me. What they did was they hit me with a fireball. All right, and it sinks below the sea. I'm gonna have it repaired. We're gonna do that again, and it's gonna be better. Anna says, I've seen a lot of dog bites on people and beaten. I've had patients on police hold that they were chased by cops and dog bitten. Well, thank you, Anna, for letting me know that. Thanks. I wouldn't know. I'm just I came from a different planet. I'm still getting the hang of this place. And people seem more united with when there's trials of people that are clearly doing something bad. There's more unity. But Karen Reed, it's gotten out of that one both sides. It seems like a wild fight. All right. Both are repaired. And it's good to have expert opinions about it. To say what they think. And I think the trial was it was a saga, it was an adventure, it was epic. And there was a lot of different information that came out from experts and witnesses. It was a very interesting trial to have on deck. When you have some of these trials, like I think they're still doing deliberations for Carlos, allegedly. So in the Carlos trial, he went and deleted people because he thought they were shapeshifters, and yeah, he thought that was really happening, and I think they're still doing deliberations for that. I mean, I didn't quite know that it was still deliberating. Yeah, I think that he was dog bitten, and also something Careville pointed out was that he was saying people are the timestamps from her phone and her cellular data and stuff, or Wi-Fi usage, would show that she was not in these certain locations that she would had to have been in to hit him. So those are just examples of defense. And as I said, I'm not for or against Karen Reed. I'm just discussing it because when I'll say things and people get angry. I don't care if people get angry, but I'm just making a disclaimer that it's not necessary because I'm just trying to find what the truth is. So Anna said, I got you. Just old and worked on surgical and trauma floor for about 20 years. Of 25 years in hosp. Not an expert, meaning me, but I've gotten many ER, PTS, and seen people in fights and police dog attacks. Oh, I'm sure that you've seen a lot of things. I'm sure you've seen a lot. I just not have had any experience in that, so I wouldn't know. Like, I'll get scratched by a cat and think the world's gonna end. But that's nothing compared to what other people, what you've seen. You've seen much worse. All right, we took that ship down. That's good. All right. And I think with drinking doesn't help when the people drink. I don't. They overdrink and they had a problem. I don't think that that's a good thing. I don't think that helped the situation because it caused confusion. And then you go and they find him in the snow. Yeah, so there's a lot of confusion going on with when that happens. So I think that it's a mystery. It seems like a situation where both sides are correct, but they can't be both correct. So yeah, but I appreciate the expertise. I'm calling it expertise because I don't know anything about that stuff. So I'm glad we have you on board, Anna, to tell us about whatever you know about those kind of things, those injuries. Okay. Now it looks like this one is going this way. Yes, defense prove Ed its case twice, and the judge that tried to keep that defense team from trying their case. Yeah, and I think that there is certainly corruption going on in that area. It's absolutely insane with the way the police force handled the case. Like if somebody is guilty of something and they go and like kind of withhold evidence and they don't really do the investigation right, it just makes it look shady. And other people have been in that situation as well. I think that it's good to see the corruption being exposed because even if she was guilty hypothetically, it's still corruption, and they still did not handle that correctly. So that is something that's perfectly clear as day that they're not handling the case fairly. And if they really think that she did something, why they have to be shady about it? In this country, you're not supposed to do stuff like that. People should have a fair trial, and proper investigation should be conducted. Alright, turning over this way and firing at this ship. Going over here. And I do think that the people that didn't do her trial right should be held accountable, especially the police force that didn't do it right. I remember there was somebody that had to resign. That's not a good sign. Alright, now I'm going to go and sink this ship. Right here. Anna says cops stick together. Cops drunker than Karen hit him, and he went down and hot his head in a bad place. Put his head in a bad place. They kept leads, kept led him. Don't think cops meant to delete him, but surely wanted to cover it up. Oh, okay, so that is a good theory. No investigation. I'm through. Oh well. Yeah. Oh yeah. I understand. Yeah, and it seems like in that region that there's a lot of stuff like that going on. So allegedly one of them hit them, and then the cops are just kind of sticking together to. I see what you're saying. Now I will say that if these cops are doing that, they're risking their lives and their jobs and everything for the scandal. But I guess they think they can't. If they are doing it, they think they can't get caught. However, so I would like to see that being looked into to expose this. But if it is true and she's found innocent, it would send a message to that, you know, what's going on over there. Another thing I think that's interesting is that Reed was involved with her defense. Like, she would go to the stand. And okay, Anna says O'Keefe hit his head in the back. That's true, I know that. A bad place to have your head hit on a hard surface. Okay. So I see what you're saying. So basically, I knew he fell backwards or like hit his head, back of his head. Yeah, yeah, that's where the brainstem is and everything. Yeah, that sounds like a bad place to get hit in the head. Of course, I would not know for certain because I'm not a professional in that field. I would not know anything about it. I would assume it wouldn't be a good place to be hit there. Definitely. And yeah, it's just like the wrong place, the wrong time to, for him to get hit like that. I'm sure, I guess he went out immediately. Oh, the judge made her go to sidebars. I didn't know that. And yeah, I think that would be cautious if a judge had a bias. That wouldn't really be a good thing. Because the bias of a judge could be very dangerous. Now, I don't know why they made her go to sidebar. maybe she wanted to be more transparent with her. Okay, I will. Yeah, we'll do that. Right. And then we're gonna have this. Let's see. All right, now we're gonna fire this cannon into there. Not a cannon, but we're gonna fire this from the cannon. No, I mean I need to know as much information as possible to make an accurate opinion about something. Thank you very much. I saved it. All right, so now we're gonna go dock this ship. Because it's very important to see that how these YouTube has a lot of different very great content creators on there that have exposed and explained many great things better than the television people can. Much better than that. So that's why I always like to see different videos explaining things because I think that it's good to be open to changing an opinion on something. All these different cutlasses in here. There you go. I got that one. Assassins. Scared. I'm gonna put that one there. We'll switch them out. Yep. So with Karen Reed's attorney has also become famous too. He is well liked by many and disliked by many people too. He's been an essential figure in that trial. Well, the first day he walked in, he looked very angry, and he was red. He was about to go beat up somebody. Hello, Emerald GSI. It is great to see you. You are green pastures and still waters, for sure. G, we're talking about for at the moment we're talking about the Karen Reed. They did not come to a verdict today. They're going to continue on Monday, and we're just kind of going over different things about it. But also we're talking about other things too, just other stuff. But that was like what we started out with, and I hope that you're doing well, G. You just got home, yeah. So they okay. So it seems that for an hour they deliberated and then they stopped deliberations. And then what Anna is saying that they got sent home for the day. I thought that they want to go home and everybody was calling jury lazy or somebody lazy. Maybe they're calling the judge lazy. I don't, because I could have missed that the judge ended it. Don't wish deletion. Please, that's my peeve. Okay, that's good to know. That means they are divided. It's going to be hung or not guilty. That makes sense. Yeah, yeah. We know you don't do that trial anymore. Yeah, G, I agree. It kind of reminds me of like the judge from the school shooter in Florida resigned after that trial. Yeah, some trials can drive some people crazy. Now, especially a judge, and it's a real hot button case. I could see where it could drive some people to insanity. Yes, yes, I agree. I agree. Yeah, I think that it's either going to be not guilty or hung jury because there doesn't seem like, I'd say legally speaking, there doesn't seem to be a lot of evidence to convict her, in my opinion, where, you know, you have. It seems like it could be guilty or, like legally speaking, the burden of proof has to be there. So I think it's going to be not guilty or hung jury. I agree. Oh, yeah, yeah, I agree. Because and also it's a big spectacle for the cameras and for the news and stuff. I think that it is a very, it's very big on that, extremely big, because you have the situation where the media will be covering it, and you'll have a statement that's maybe trying to be made. That's another factor too. G says it's stupid. So much more to life than politics and doing things for show. How about just living life an honorable way? Yeah, I agree. And I think that, like for instance, the people in the chat that go and fight each other. Now, nothing wrong with having a discussion or debate or people thinking one's guilty, one's innocent. I do think that's fine, but people are maybe taking it too far, and it becomes like a political thing. And I do think with things like with Karen Reed and stuff, that it's important to talk about because it could happen to anybody if she is innocent. But yeah, I think that people make mountains out of molehills when there's much more bigger, broader things in life to be concerned about. Not to say do not be concerned with those things, but there's a point where it's to not let people get too carried away with it. Let go with someone's head. G said, honestly, I'm divided. I don't know what happened. My guess is that a bit of both. They all are nuts. The judge, the cops, involved parties, including Karen. G, that's a good point. I think that's true. Because it seems like I was saying before, it seems like both sides are correct. Like both are correct. It's like it has to be one or the other, right? But yeah, I think I'm divided too. I just they're all crazy up there. Well, scared. Well, I'm down here, so some people might be closer to that region than I am, but yeah, from where I am up there, it seemed kind of yeah, it seems like a crazy town up there. G said the thing, alien, these things don't happen to normal humans that go on about life. She's not as innocent. Karen, I meant. I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I know what you mean. Hopefully, it doesn't happen to any of us. And I do. That's a good question. Oh, hello, Moki. It's great to see you. And Moki, I hope that you've been having a great day. I mean, today was wild at Karen Reed. It's wild in Karen Reed chat. It was going. It was on fire. I did see it early, and it was. I usually. I'm not always chatting, but I do see things a little bit earlier. But yeah, I was watching it, and the different. It was quite. It was quite intense. And I meant judge, prosecutor, and cops, and the hierarchy of the police are political. Ah, okay, thank you. And yeah, since Karen Reed on Monday, we could get a verdict, and I've been keeping up with this since last year, and to me, it's a big deal, because I feel suspenseful about it because I don't know what the verdict will be. It'll probably be either not guilty or hung jury. I don't know, or could be guilty. It's wild. I don't know. It's not like Lori Daybell. Announce if it's M or F. Yeah, because sometimes we don't know what gender people are. Mookie said she's gonna have to fight with Anna. Y'all could debate. Go for it. That's fine. Well, that's awesome, Florida. I haven't been there in 20 years. Yeah, and Anna was good with. She was saying that in the ER that it seems to her that it was a dog attack that happened to O'Keefe. And I saw a person in the chat. I sounded like RFK for a second, but anyway. So what I saw in chat was somebody was telling me that they had a friend that got hit by a car, and it was the same type of marks that O'Keefe had. Now she's saying it. Look, I thought it was a dog attack too. She's saying that it seems like a dog attack to her. Oh, okay, Moki. Okay, okay. Well, you can if you'd like. It's not a problem. It's quite entertaining when chat starts debating each other. It's quite entertaining. But yeah, so it could be up in the air. It could be either thing. It seems. But as I said, I'm not a professional. I don't know. I'm ignorant about that stuff. So only a professional would know in their field that they're in. Like I know a lot about computers, and I know about computer stuff and other things, but I may not know about doing brain surgery on somebody. No, nor would I pretend to know how to do that. I mean, I learned a lot about law stuff from YouTube, from intelligent people I met online about law stuff. But then again, I didn't go to any law school or anything, so I don't really, you know, I wouldn't go say an attorney or anything. I'm a Timu attorney, or better yet, I'm an attorney from Sheen. And Moki says Karen is a terrible person. The end. Yeah, and yeah, and I remember because I was talking to Moki about Moki. I was talking earlier about the interview you were talking about where she was in the interview and she said she doesn't know if she hit him or not, and some people could perceive that as her being annoying, and yeah, it could just everybody. There's a colorful opinion about her. Oh, good evening, Tasman. It's been about a moment since I've seen you, buddy. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you in the chat. And yes, the G is the supreme one that I learned all about law, and also Capri Law too. I learned from her in Caraville. I learned a lot, and my wise mentor and teacher G taught me about law in the chat for every day for a long time. Yes. And then G said she's definitely unhinged. Normal people her age don't behave like that. I mean, she's pushing buttons. That would be me, alien. Say it. Yep, it is you, G. You are the MVP. And also Capri Law, too, and Careful. I studied it, but study it on my own, too, and I'm just incredibly intuitive. You are very intuitive. Absolutely. Oh, well, not Supreme busting chops. And yes, Capri is amazing. Yeah, Capri was the one that taught me about burden of proof. It was during that trial when they had that dude that was an attorney from New York. It was the treadmill trial. And yeah, that's when I was like, she had me research a bunch of stuff, and then I started learning it. Like, she wanted me to look up something for her, then I realized I was learning something. And I remember that attorney, he was like, he thought he was like the boss of the courtroom. That guy was funny. You watched court TV in the 90s. I didn't even know there was a court TV in the 90s. Well, I was only in the 90s for about a year or two, and I was an infant, so I wouldn't really, know too much about what was around back then. But yeah, I didn't know court TV was on that long. LMAO, don't be kind and then bash me behind my back. I respect people who say it to my face. Yes, and I wouldn't want to say anything behind anyone's back. And I think it's good to say stuff to people's face. I agree. and and I have nothing bad to say about UG at all. I would say it to your face. But there are people that don't always do that. But as I said, I like to. If I had a problem with someone, I'd tell them directly. I have no problem with UG. You're cool people. Oh, hello, Remy. I'm spoiled today. It's Remy's here. Yeah, the treadmill trial was gross. Right. Have you guys ever known or seen how Boston women are? Karen Reed is any other Boston chick. Yeah, I don't know anything about Boston chicks, so as I said, I don't, I wouldn't know anything about them. But so what Anna is saying that people in Boston are, they act a certain way, and that is what they do. I don't know. Moki says hi, Remy. Scared. That guy only gets 20 years, right? In the treadmill dad. So that Eos got out, what, 45 years old? Anna, don't argue with me. I am the best friend you can ever have. My point a few weeks ago was that these litigants aren't worth it. Political parties aren't worth it. Yes, and I remember I did address that. G. I addressed what you were saying about that to the chat. I did because I like to defend my people, and if anyone has any problems, they could contact me and we could resolve it peacefully. All right. The verdict is still going on for Carlos, so that has to be a record. Okay, Remy, good night. Thanks for dropping by. All right. Just drop by to say hi. Hopefully I'll catch live soon, but I got to go night night. Okay. Okay, Remy, good night to you. Thank you for uh, seeing how we're doing. Okay. G said there is no argument. Just think it's stupid that real life humans fight for things on Earth. We aren't going to be here forever. 6 feet under, are they worth us? Yeah, I agree. I think that we shouldn't be too concerned about things of this Earth. We all are in the end are going to be put in the ground. So I do think it's important to talk about, but at the same time, I think that it's okay to talk about it, but to not get too heated over anything. I think that we all should let things go and uh, focus on things like chat, friends, and family. I do agree, G. Yeah. Oh, hello, Greg. Good to see you, buddy. It's only 10 by you. It's 9:09 by me. Oh yeah, Tasman. That those riots are wild. Okay, priorities matter. Okay. Yes. Yeah, priorities matter definitely. Yeah. Do y'all think Megan is going to take the stand? I think she needs to. As crazy as I see it, as it is to say. Well, it would be entertaining to see her on the stand. I don't think that she'll necessarily take the stand because it wouldn't really help her case too much. But I mean, will be entertaining to see how that works out. Now, I like all of you here, and I think it's great to have both. I like G here. I like Tasman, Greg, Anna. I like everybody, and I think that you know it's a great team that we have here. So shout out to all of you. Screw the Oilers, Anna says. Okay. You'll bet, yeah. We are better together. Advice from all ends of how to grow as humans. Facts. Yeah, shout out to my buddy Gregatron. Cool people. He has a good channel. He has a cool channel too. He likes to do workout videos and stuff. He's a very cool dude. Okay, so shout out to Gregatron. He is a cool dude that I know from YouTube, and he likes to talk about comics and anime, and his channel, he has things about the other stuff with exercising, working out, and he's a very great chat friend. Shout out to Greg, cool people. That's about hockey, Alien, Oilers, and Panthers. Oh, I don't know anything about that. I like hockey, but it's. I mean, my friend likes hockey. He's good at hockey. I mean, well, sort of, but he's good at like watching hockey. And I've seen some stuff about it. But thanks for the information, Anna. Yes, and Greg was put on the earth to inspire people. He is inspiring. He is. And yeah, he has he likes to do workouts and he take very great pictures. He looks great like in these different poses and stuff on the camera. Yeah, very excellent. I think he's very inspirational. Gee, we are watching Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, okay, it's called The Legend of Pirates Online. I'm in NOLA, New Orleans. Yes, that's true. And yeah, I'm in New Orleans. Yeah, it has some similarities to New York City, but on a very tiny little scale, like a real tiny little scale, very little. Oh, you want this? You can actually download it. There's a website where you could play the game and become a character. It's you know so the story about this game is that it was a Disney game, and the Disney game happened, or over 10 years ago, and then Disney took it down because they were going to focus on other things like Where's My Water app, but it never happened. And so they took it down like 10 years ago, and a bunch of creators and people that independent fans recreate the game. So it was based off of the Pirates of the Caribbean, and you have characters from Pirates of the Caribbean in the game. And you go on quests. You can upgrade your character, your pirate. You can be a male or a female. You can build ships. Well, you could use your ship to sink, enemies. Yeah, I recommend it. It's a good game. And like Zero, for instance, when he's here, sometimes he comes in the game and plays, in the game with me. So yeah, I highly recommend the game. Yeah, I highly recommend the game. It's a good game. I'll put the link to the game in the chat. How about that? Okay, Legend of Pirates. Alright, so this is the link to the game. Okay. Yeah, so Halendale. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so I would recommend this game. It's good for children or for adults. It's and also the one game I'm gonna play soon for y'all is Toontown. That was another game that was taken down that was recreated. Oh, your niece moved to Orlando a few months ago. Oh, okay. It's much hotter down here than it is up there. Todd's gonna go to Florida next Thursday, and he to see his mom, and yeah, he's gonna have to get used to the heat because he's in Ohio. Right, these are some undead Spaniards. Okay, Todd Carnifax. He's a subscriber of mine that is one of the spaceship crew members. Oh yeah, it is very realistic. Yeah, thank you. Oh, the sunrise and sunset are real realistic too. Or a big treasure chest. Oh, I got some white boots. White man boots. We're gonna use this. Jolly Bones. Dark. Pink. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, get rid of that one. And then take this one. Okay, we're gonna switch out the shoes. They got some new boots right there. Alright, got some new boots. This will be chilling now. Yeah, Todd's one of the spaceship members of our ship. I knew him from Smoke and Scan. And as I said, Taz Mills, nice seeing you, or, seeing you at the riots too. G said my first trip was in Kissimmee. I don't even know what that is. Then Fort Lauderdale, and then Aruba, and Cancun, Puerto Rico, France, Italy, then nowhere for 20 years, then Disney, then Miami, and then Disney again, and then Hershey Park, and then Armenia and Paris. No, Todd is not Tasman. No. Todd and Tasman are two different people, but they're from the same channel. that I found them on. Oh, you're welcome, G. An undead Spanish captain. All right. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. My sister's in London now. My sister is Australia. Was in Australia for a very long time, and she moved back to London. London is where she originates from. I was born in America, but that's where my father is. So she's back in England, but she was from there originally, and yeah. G said she literally went nowhere for 25 years. About you get married, then money is scarce. Yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. All right, taking this out. And there we go, treasure chest. All right, this is an undead Spanish bandit. G said, "Wow, that's great, alien. Haven't been to London, dying to go. Not dying, but my sister loved it. I've heard food sucks there, and other than 2 days of sights, not much going on. It is beautiful. Yeah, it's just so a reason why when the British and the Spanish they went to the Americas was they were going to get spices to make their food better because a lot of their food is kind of plain or it's kind of like Thanksgiving food. I like Thanksgiving food, but yeah, a fish and chips is good. But as I said, I think it is very interesting to see that they want to use spices and stuff and they got from the Americas. That's what they used, to boost, make their food different. Yeah, yeah, very plain. That's why they went to India and Asia to get a different type of. Well, that wasn't the only reason, but a benefit of it was they got different types of food and stuff, and they got silks and linens and all kinds of exotic stuff. And like in Pakistan, they have mangoes that are supposed to be very good, but they don't have them in my country. So, but I'll try them one day. So they have all kinds of great food, and here they have great food. Another thing they liked was black pepper. That was something else very valuable. Yeah, now Italy has very good food. Italy and the Mediterranean have very good food. My family is part Italian, and they make Italian food. And yeah, Italian food's delicious, and that's something from the Mediterranean that's good. But yeah, the spices were able to enhance their food. And if yes, I did hear close to Orlando. I heard Anthony was there. From what I've heard, not that you good for food. You want to see a redo of Casey Anthony trial? Oh, okay. Yeah, I I love even if it's 2 bites trying culture things. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool, G. Very good. Italy is so yummy, but the best is Meds, Middle East, and truly the best. Very healthy and variety. Italian is same pasta and sauce, but very good, of course. Oh yeah, a Middle Eastern food is very good. I love Middle Eastern food. That's also excellent. Macy's sad. I don't go there very much. Okay. Let's see. Another nonsense jury. Huh. Okay. All right. I'm still here. I'm still here. My point, not to bash others, but with Middle Eastern, you get so many choices. The difference is that here veggies are side dishes, and Mid East veggies are turned into grandiose meals. That's very cool. I don't think I heard the interview, but I'll go check it out. Oh, I didn't see that interview, but I think I was aware of what was going on with that. I think I've heard someone else talk about it, but I haven't seen the interview. He said until the last day, he said until the last day and a half, they were not sure about Lori. Oh, wow. That's something interesting. They weren't sure. Oh, he said the tire seat made a difference. Oh, okay. Wow. That's good to know. Well, you saw a part of it. Okay. Oh, he said there's nothing other than loaning a car. Oh, okay. Okay. See how realistic that moon looks under the moonlight. Yeah. Yeah, G, thanks for the information. All right, gonna go to the map and go to this other location. Where are we at? Cutthroat Island. I didn't even know I was on an island. G said yes until they saw with their own eyes her participating, and also he did add the phone travel for Alex traveling Alex's phone. Hello, Aaron. It's great to see you. Welcome to the chat. I'm gonna go show G another island. I said the same thing until that video. If I were a juror who had no clue about her past, I wouldn't know either. It just seemed like she loaned a car. Ah, okay. Okay. Understood. You see, look at that moon. Real realistic looking. And Anna said she would do a bench trial. All right. G, do you think a jury or a bench trial is better? The guy said he had no idea if she killed all those people. So crazy. Each juror said that the last two trials, even if you know about it up here, but then it's fair result. In some cases, bench, others jury. We are very blessed they found her guilty, guys. Yes, amen. Juries have made no sense for 3 decades now. Okay. The last video did it. Until then, her baby voice had, I believe, had them thinking, what did I do wrong? I only loaned my car. Looking forward to her sentencing. Let's be done with her. Yes. Okay, G, what's up? Oh, here I am. And also, yeah, I agree with that, G, that she just wanted attention. And G said, he also said from their vantage point, all she cared about was attention. Yeah, that makes sense. Ah, there's Moki. Scared. Korai Richens got trial date for February 26th, but they say not allowed to stream, so I'm upset. Scared. Okay, we won't tell her that. We won't say anything. I don't know where Aaron is. I don't know. Y'all are hilarious. Scared. All right, got this other crazy island right here. Shorty Duke Eater. I got some giant monster wasps. Y'all hilarious. This is the voodoo staff from Timu. Your upcoming passion for justice. Okay, Abby, I don't know. She could be lurking. She could lurk sometimes, or she's doing something else. I saw her last Friday, but not heard anything else. So shout out to Abby if she's watching. Shout out to you. Well, thank you, Greg. I'm glad that you like our chat. Thank you. Yeah, moose and pea syrup. Now, I will say with my, let's see. Oh, I'm also Dutch too, Aaron. I have quite a bit of Dutch in me. My name's kind of Dutch too. Oh, happy birthday to your husband. See you Monday. Thank you for telling us hello, Aaron. We always appreciate you very much. I'm part Canadian from Nova Scotia. He was a my great grandfather was a World War I veteran. She speaks Quebecos, speaks French language, a love where of course. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that's a scary monster. Bam. When she speaks French, the language of love, where you curse like a sailor and sound like you're the most romantic hoe in the world. So I found a cat that I love, but I don't think I should adopt her because one of my cats is spicy and the other is elderly. Okay, Moki, this is what you could do. We have a lot of outside. There's a lot of outside cats. So if you can feed the cat outside, like we have Claude and Bubbles, his brother, that comes around, Poots, or is also called Snowball. So we have you can feed the cat outside. Now, if you're able to get a cat enclosure constructed, it's like some cages in a room where the cat can be privately, or get a separate room for the cat. That's good if you could do that, or just feed the cat outside. Because I would not recommend mixing the two groups together, the two parties together. No. Like there's these in the cat room. There's two separate. You don't have outside cats. Okay, understood, Moki. Now, if this is said, this is the voodoo staff. Oh, the cat at a rescue. Yeah. Now, if you could find a separate place to keep the cat, that would be ideal. That would be ideal. Yeah, Moki is enjoying the vacation for the day. Already taking her to. Yeah, I'm taking her to this cool island. Yeah. Yeah, it is your own resort. Yes. She had an avocado salad for dinner while everyone ate eggplant, parmesan, and penne alla vodka. Oh, that's delicious. Bam. Yeah, the graphics are wild. Yeah, definitely. All right, gonna get this one. Come on. Moki says we went to Outback and was very good. They have these crusts you can get on your steak. Yum. Oh, I love Outback. I went there with my aunt one time when she came. She's in the city now, but when she was coming to visit, we went to Outback because she was like, "There's so many good places in New Orleans." I'm like, I know I want to go to Outback because I've been around all the fancy places in the city. I mean, it's time to try something else. It's kind of weird. Like I like regular food because I was around the other kind of food too much. But I like the other kind of food, of course. I'm just saying, like sometimes I like to go to a chain. Okay. Je m'appelle Hansel, and also Alien Spaceship. G. I didn't say that in an accent, but I I said it in my alien dialect. Je m'appelle Hansel, or Alien Spaceship. Depends. All right, getting that done. Moki, she says, Moki, when I say real in New York, they consider that a chain. Good, you know, New Yorkers and those love Wall Street people, they go to Del Mecanos or Mortons, etc. Thanks, Anunnaki. Thank you, buddy. And for the coffee and the pirate ship you get, scared. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. And it's very good. The prices have soared at the point you can go to like Bougie, and she knows Outback as a chain, but no for Vegas and closet steak places besides Outback and more expensive. Now you said it, I missed it. And Morton's, okay. And then Outback left, haven't been in ages. It became the price. Real steakhouses, in my opinion. The men here are very picky. Insert eye roll. They think they are all that. Ah, okay. It's kind of like Titanic when they felt that they were real cool going to the smoking rooms. I told my daughter 2 days ago we miss the place we used to take you guys once a month. Ah, okay. Sounds like a pretty cool place. All right. Anunnaki says it's good to see Moki not scared. Yeah, she's the brave one. I'm the scared one. We used to have a melting pot, but it's gone now. I missed it. I love cheese fondue, as we don't do have in Joe's Crab Shack anymore. Moki went to 25 years ago melting pot. It was awful, and I never forgot the bill. It was like 150 for nothing. I left the home and cooked. Alrighty, I want to show y'all the sea right here. All right, so now you have now we're swimming. Now we're swimming. That's the island view. That G's Island. We'll call it a G's Island. That island view is very cool right there, and we're just swimming out. You know, so very fascinating. Nice sky, nice sun right there. Nice sunshine. Oh yes, Anunnaki. It's always a pleasure to see you, my friend. And I am doing good. I'm doing well. It was a. I caught up with one of my friends today. We had a good conversation, and also was watching some of the trials, and I had spent some time with the cats and stuff. So yeah, my day went pretty well. Thank you. That's your dad's name. Oh wow. One of my ancestors was named Edward. That's very cool. That's a very nice name. Yeah, Edward Warwinds. My husband and I would go to Melting Pot and get 2 pots and cheese and cocktails. Hashtag fat kids. All right. All right. So that's just some more view of like the sky and like the ocean and stuff. The sky and the ocean. Scared. Oh, okay. Mine was English. Well, he was technically from Germany, but Eduard. Ah, okay. In America, it was Edward. Now, also, yeah. So this is the water you have. So this is the waves crashing against the beach right here. This is the waves crashing against the beach, and like this is the shoreline right here. Yeah, yeah. The graphics in the game are magnificent, definitely. See how far up it could go. This is the backstroke. A philosophical clam came online. He's a cool dude. He's not in y'all's chat, but in another chat. Yeah, he would need to change his outfit after being in the water like that. Definitely. All right, let's go do a backstroke like this. Moki said, "I'm seeing a lot of end time stuff on the internets, coinciding with all the aliens. I'm buying toilet paper because it'll save me." Oh yeah, you'll need the toilet paper, definitely. Yeah, and I do believe the aliens have something to do with the end times, definitely. All right, so you got that right here. Scared. Yeah, end times X. Oh, look, it's an islander. It's someone on the island. All right. You got this is a bro, an island bro right here. Let's see. Truth about Raven's Cove. Watch your back and your front, but mostly your soul. Yeah. We're gonna call this G's Island. Definitely. G said, "Should we say our goodbyes? What a way to end life. New friends, justice, love of humanity, hatred for killers, games, and my last vacation, a pirates game." Yeah, there you go. Oh, what a way to end it. And that's the waves. You see the waves out in the distance. Moki said, "I don't know, me and my family and most of the world go together." G said, "I have something named after me. He's made me really valuable person now. Alien, you are amazing." Well, thank you, G, very much. I You deserve it. I appreciate you. Ah, you get yeah. He does not want to wear a bathing suit. He is insistent. I try to convince him, but he doesn't want to. Yeah, he is. He's doing the Napoleon vibes. Yeah, yeah. Oh, we'll go into the boat right now. Definitely. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Just I'm not too sure where the others are. All right, all right. This is the big pirate ship right here. Oh, in this island, there's another. There's a rum compartment here. Let's go. All right. So going here, this way. Yeah, I think yes. Over here, this is where it is. This is where the rum is. So this is a cellar right here where the rum cellar. This is yeah. I'd say it's my favorite game in this modern age. Yeah, definitely. And G said I went out for dinner with my younger and hubby. My older is celebrating her friend's b day on Manhattan, sending me a text saying I love you, Mama. My heart will miss those days. All right, this is where all the rum is to have fun. Where Moki probably would like this part. This is where all the rum is. Yeah. Pirates of the Caribbean, they went and burned a bunch of rum barrels to signal the British ship to come and get them. And it was a scene from the movie. Yeah. Right now, going on the ship. All right. So this other island will be the pirate port. Oh yeah, these are some other players right here. Pretty cool. Right here, yeah. And I went to Brandy Factory in Armenia. All the American stars were there at a point with their signatures so amazing. They gave us a tour with all the barrels of how they make brandy. So pretty. Oh, I think that is so cool that you went and saw that, G. All right, so you're gonna see one of the pirate characters. That is Captain Jack Sparrow right there. All right, that's a Johnny Depp's character, Captain Jack Sparrow. G said, "I love this alien. I better shut my mouth now. No one else is speaking. I am feeling like someone to has to someone take over." Yeah, Johnny Depp's realistic. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah. Now soon we'll be ending it. We're getting close to the time where I usually end it though. Hey, going out into the sea again. Pretty cool. The whole time we played a game. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Right, and this is the boat, the ship with the rose on it right here. All right, going out. All right, so this other island is going to be where they have some British redcoats at. And then we're going to go this way, there. All right. Oh, gee, maybe you accident. Yeah, it looks like you retracted your messages. You may have done that by mistake. Nothing bad happened. It's just the messages you said previously were retracted. You may have like clicked it by mistake. Maybe I don't. I, I don't really know, but yeah, it's no big deal. I've done that before. You didn't do it because what I'm seeing right here, it says message retracted. What I'm seeing, it says that you retracted your message. You didn't do it. Nobody else took your message out. Neither did I. I could see you, G. I see your previous messages, but the older messages were retracted. Like say, like you write something, you could click it and say, retract message. And G, no one's able to do that, by the way. On your side, you just see blank. Yeah, G, it could have been, as I said, yeah, if it happened, hypothetically, it was by accident, but I'm not accusing you of doing that. Oh, G, if right now the chat is quiet, it's just you here right now. Understood, G. Understood. Right, because only subscribers can comment on the channel. Like, so, like someone would have to subscribe, and that setting has been there for a while. So, yeah, because I have it. Oh, I've always had it set where there's subscribers only. You could do that if you want to, G, but there's nothing wrong. Nothing happened. You're still here. It's all okay. But you could do whatever you feel is best. Nothing was deleted. It was retracted. Like, but I see your messages now. Like, I don't see any of your messages being retracted. And I didn't do anything, and it says when someone retracts a message, the user did it. It's themselves. Okay. Now, like looking back, it says that the messages that you have are retracted, but I see your current messages. Yeah, and also another thing is that at the moment, no one has been recently been typing in the chat, so that's why I don't see other chatters. No one hacked in, G. It's like you could have clicked something without realizing it, and I'm not accusing you of that, but that's the only thing I can think of. I don't think you're hacked. Understood, G. As I said, you could do a security checkup on your Google account, but it happens. Like sometimes, I'll like click something without realizing it. That's what I think it was that You may have like right clicked something and it retracted some messages. That's or someone else did it, but I don't think anyone had access to your account that I'm aware of. Of course, I wouldn't know, but so that's the only things that I know of that could be a possibility in the situation. Hello, Miranda. Good to see you. Miranda says, "Sorry, I'm here. My cat's going wild on Fancy Feast down." And y'all gotta understand, there's a lot of lurkers. Yeah, our usual group that's here. I don't know. They must be doing other things. And I did start the stream kind of late, and also people are lurking sometimes. I mean, there's different reasons. And Miranda, oh yeah, cats love Fancy Feast. That's true. I'm glad you're here with us, Miranda. Good to see you. G, you may have done it by mistake. It may have been a mistake. But yeah, go do what you got to do. Hello, Todd. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome to this. We're about to be ending it soon, but thanks for being here. Yeah, I understand, Moki. Yeah. Usually when I look today, I was gonna start earlier, but I got caught up with something. But see, if I go live tomorrow, I'll do it much earlier than I did. Yeah. Okay, G. I'm glad it's back normal now. All right, got this epic fight going on between the red coat. Hilarious, Smokey. Look at that sunset. Very realistic in the game. This is a fortress with a castle on it. Yeah, so that's their sunset. Very good graphics in the game. All right. Okay, Todd. Thank you. I'll be there later on. I won't be here much longer because I usually end it around this time. But yeah, so we got this is a big fortress. Miranda says I found out online who the Eaton dude was. OMG, I don't know. My red flags went dinging. Yeah, that was some. Yeah, that was a crazy night. Yeah. Gee, I stay a lot of times. I stay up until the sun comes up. I'm up like the morning time. Oh, you goof around with us all day. Well, I didn't know about that, Todd. I didn't really know anything about him. S is Smoke and Scan. He's a good streamer that I've known for about 5 years now, and he's a cool dude. And he streams chases and riots and stuff like that. And he's in California. He likes to smoke weed, and he has a cat, and he streams riots and car chases and stuff. I've never had a problem with him or his chat. Very cool people. Highly recommend him. Shout out to Smoke and Scan. His name's Damon. Yes, Todd and Alien, and I found Miranda and Todd there. A very good show. Until 4 a.m. Eastern. Wow. That's the moon. Nice moonlight right there. Looks very realistic. You got the red coats doing their thing. It's on YouTube. Like, you look up Smoke and Scan on YouTube. I'll put his link. How about that? I'll make it easy. Not that it was anybody's like dumb or anything. I'm just saying that I'll put the link. He's a good channel. I've never had a problem with him. Oh, you don't have to smoke pot. I don't smoke pot. I found him in 2020 during the riots from George Floyd, and I liked his content and his coverage on things. Yeah, I don't smoke anything or drink. I don't mind having a drink in a blue moon, but I've not drunk anything in a long time. Drank anything in a long time. Oh, there's a lot of different people there. A lot of different people there. Yeah, yeah, it wouldn't be people that you would know. Yeah, that's what people say. It's relaxing. Yeah. And also it helps stomach problems and things like that. Like people, Damon seems to really like it with different stomach problems and stuff. And he talks about it would if I didn't, it would drive you nuts. Oh yeah, yeah. Now I always like the way you talk and are. I always love your conversations, G. I always love the conversations you have. It's very energetic. I love your energy. Shout out to Mary Toodles. And as I said, we're about to be ending it soon, of course. And like I said before, but we're just kind of walking around the fortress. All right, Todd. See you there, buddy. Severe. Oh, yeah. Yes, yes, that is true, G. That's the place we're talking about. Moki said she loves Mary.
Thank you. Love her too. But tell her I said hello.
All right, Moki, she said hello.
Nice. It's kind of her to say.
All right. Yes. There's going to be a bug event with the moon, they said. The admin said in the game. Scared. Oh, shout out to Gooby the cat. Hello to Gooby the cat. Hello there. I wasn't arguing with Todd. It was Eaton and Todd that were arguing. I wasn't arguing with Todd. But the chat's going so fast, it's hard to tell anything. I wasn't arguing with anybody. If that ever. Yeah, but gee, whenever if I ever do that, you get a front row seat, definitely. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't do that. But if I ever did, G could get a front row seat. The cat is happy because they finally met G. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, Moki. I'll see you tomorrow if I go live. Hopefully, I'll go live earlier than I did. Thank you, Greg. I really appreciate the feedback. Oh yeah, Miranda. I remember we had the misunderstanding. Yeah, yeah. I remember that. And I was just, I didn't say anything. I would never say anything offensive towards my companions. Yeah, Moki. I would never do that. Only if something I said was misinterpreted as something when it wasn't, which I didn't say anything. But I didn't say anything to cause offense to Miranda. No, I was just trying to rhyme around like I usually do. I will. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, thank you, Miranda. Yes, that's true. And yeah, tomorrow we'll do the live. Yeah, definitely. Hey, these are just some other players that are in the game. Okay, Miranda. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad we got through that. That was a crazy night. It's like a scene where there's like bullets flying through the room, and the whole room's like falling apart, and there's like this party. It's like goes. That was wild. That was absolutely wild. Oh, this is in the game. Look at the game. This is an admin right here. No, that's a game master. I'm not too sure what that is. Yeah, that is a game master. That is one of the people that created the game right there. The game master right there, you see? That is like one of the admins. Oh, okay. This is the glitch for the moon for Friday the 13th. Jolly Rogers forced an evil atmosphere around the Caribbean once again, and curse is coming. So there's a curse coming in the Caribbean, and this is because of Friday the 13th. Scared. Oh yeah, Miranda. I understand. I've been embarrassed before, and it's okay. Because especially like if you thought that I said something offensive, that's never anything I would ever try to do to you. I would try to resolve it as much as possible. But it's okay. Because I will never ever say anything offensive to you intentionally. So if you ever got offended by anything I say, it was never intentional. I mean, one of my great allies. Okay, is the moon green still? It's not. It's just when we go to this island, it is. Yes, yes, very good crime. Yes, absolutely. Okay, the evil atmosphere has lifted. So the green atmosphere has lifted because Jolly Roger's curse has been lifted. So that's why it's back to normal. Oh, you're turning pale and dizzy. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking you would have been very freaked out by that. Yeah. I'm glad that you did that, G. No, Alien, you never say anything. I thought in chat it was you talking when it wasn't you because it was flying so darn fast. I was like, OMG. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Understood, Miranda. Oh, you're proud of yourself, G. Nice. And sometimes with the trolls, it's fun to kind of engage with them and it's entertaining for chat, but you know, then what we did was sometimes it's best not to engage with them, and other times it's fine for other reasons. But yeah, it just depends. But a lot of times people just are jealous, looking for attention. Yeah, and G said, I actually love outspoken people. Honestly, I don't like neutral people. I respect people who take a stand. Yeah, and I think that it's good to take a stand. And like a lot of times, I will, like when someone like the other night, someone was trolling Miranda, and I went and uh, fought back against them. I think it's good to defend your friends and stand for something. I do think that it's good to be outspoken, and I think that both of you are very great people to do that. To be outspoken as well. Uh, and Miranda says, "GS OMG, how I got in trouble? I thought a troll talking to me was alien talking to me." Yeah, and G said, "For me, alien, it was always to make people think. Look at me, you made me think. Others make me think. I shifted a great deal. You have to admit, yes, you have shifted a great deal. And I'm glad that you've learned, and I'm also learning too. And it just depends on the circumstances, and that is true. Matt or Mr is stunning and brave. Welcome, buddy. We're about to end it, but good to see you, buddy. Welcome to the chat." And G said, "I never did it for attention. I didn't. I don't need it. This is really a format for me to follow crime because I'm very passionate about justice. When I see bullying or people who make no sense, I say things." Gee, that's what you're supposed to do. I do that too. I think it's very important to do that. And it's good to make people think because a lot of people don't think. Rita says, "I do the same thing. I defend others, but I don't care what people think of me." Exactly. Like there's people that troll or people that are haters of mine. I don't even pay attention to them. I just don't pay any mind to them. I just do. I have too many things I got to do. It depends. The cursed moon is back. Look, the cursed moon has returned. The green sky. Scared. Yeah. And then he had all this green in the sky now. Yeah. Yeah, poor alien. G said, remember, scripture demands it of us too. Everyone says God says be kind, but Christ also got mad. He also wants people to take a stand. G, I agree. Because it depends on the circumstances. That's why I said depends on the circumstances. If someone's being bullied or you have to stand your ground, it's very important to do that, G. Jesus, he attacked the money changers and stuff. I totally agree with that. So I think that absolutely right. Because Jesus was very kind, but he also was righteous and just. He wasn't just being. It's like people misinterpreted it. So yeah, G, I agree with you. I agree with you very much. Yeah. G said, Miranda, yes. Here's my issue. I admit people in cases will take a side, not think of the other side. They are biased based on who they like. I am very much about taking my standard. Yeah, definitely. All right, so I'll be it for the game. This is pretty cool doing the game. Whole stream. Well, all right. I apply to both sides. What I found in Alien helped me stand down a bit was too much is like that they would alter their beliefs based on the side that they liked. I hate that. Yeah, yeah. I don't like when people do that because if you don't stand for anything, and who cares if people get offended by you? It's like it's not to be a people pleaser, and that's what those people are doing. G, they're taking a side to go with what they want. That's not how it works. So, G, I'm glad that I feel honored that you felt that I helped you see things from another point of view, and also you've taught me a lot of things as well. And hit the gas pedal, baby, or among friends. Yeah, very good, Matt. Very good. And yeah, hello, Rita. Shout out to you. Thank you for hanging out with us. And also, going to do is Stephen Hawking didn't stand for anything either. There you go. G said, then politics came into it, and I was honest with Alien about my history. I have no political side, like I generally don't, based on culture and not being born here, etc. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And everybody, we have to walk a mile in each other's shoes to really grasp what the other person thinks. And yeah, in the end of the day, politics is important, but there's also other things that are important too that can be overlooked a lot of the time. And what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be ending the stream, but y'all could continue what you're saying. But I'll be ending the stream, and we're kind of be wrapping it up. And I want to thank all of you for being here and hanging out with me. We had a very good stream, a very good time, and I also, CG says, for me, what I saw during COVID really taught me a lot. I would never put my friends on the coal. They would mock one president or candidate and not the other. On their own, and same thing, they'd be okay. And G said, Miranda, that hypocrisy really bothered me. Yeah, yeah, very good point, G. It bothers me too. And during the coof, it was that era. It was a very cringe time, definitely. And yeah, so I want to thank you all for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll see you all on the next one. All right, and peace, everybody.